Au, olha.
Madam, amazing. Ladies, amahang. Amahang no kaman. Julie. Emma, waje mpeleza. Waje. Abagami. I need the rubber band.
Sound check.
Sente zange benti mwenzija temunsekerera we Emma sente bazija bwe bati kati gobero loza mbisi mbyonono tumanyi mbandi ya sente biwoma biri biwoma biri biwomerera obanga nasuma
Hey, Julie, hey, Julie. A very good evening about everyone. Welcome to Adi's Sports Club in Kampala, the trading center that is Chireka. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of August 2026, and we are having a rematch of action that happened early last week when Moses Omara, the guy that is on the table right now, donning the creamy white with a little shade of purple and blue, took on Jackson Asiku in a $300 money match right here, which was won by Asiku by 16 frames to 11. And today Moses is deciding to ask for a rematch, and Asiku is responding positively. That's why this match is upon us. It has a score of 2 frames apiece. It now has a score of 3 frames to 2, with Moses Omara leading. They are racing to 16 for $300 US. I do expect this action to be done in about 2 hours and 30 minutes, with most of the time, with some of the 30 minutes having been spent. The thing is, by 2 hours time from now, I expect that we shall be having a winner. This action is live from 3 platforms, that is Break and Finish Live Facebook, Break and Finish Live TikTok, as well as Peter Kyobe Live YouTube. Coming to you live from Addis is the sound of myself, that is Simon Peter Kyobe. It is Moses Omara 3, Jackson Asiku 2, racing to 16 for $300. So kid sensation Jackson Asiku, like you may already have known, has been probably the most busy guy of them all players. He has been having an average of 1 match per week, maybe for the last 7 weeks or so, and he has won all of the first ones he has been playing, including 2 against Ivan Morongi. That is the first game, and a rematch. Both of them were races to 16. This 16-year-old did win both of them. He also won against Lawrence Sengonge, the player that is called Dangote. He won against Sean Yega. He also won against Moses Omara in the first match. There was as well another one prior, which was as well won by him. This one will be the 7th, with the first 6 all having ended in victory. In fact, the one that I was speaking about, which I didn't mention, was the one that was played about 5 days ago on the eve of the Elgon Pool Association Grand Open that was won by Dog City. Jackson Asiku did beat Abdul Mafabi, the finest player from the Elgon region, by a score that was, I think, something like 15 frames to 10 or something. That was at the Oak Bar in Mbale City. And from wherever you are watching, please don't forget to like the video, be it on Facebook, be it on YouTube, be it on TikTok, and most specifically on TikTok. This I have to tell you, like normally I do. As for the regulations of TikTok, not a regulation, it's just how TikTok does its thing. The moment a live stream stops to be interactive, TikTok switches it off. They assume that probably someone started a live stream and then forgot the camera there and walked away. So they help the person by switching the live stream off. So the only way to show TikTok that the stream is having some people watching is by you being interactive, maybe by commenting, maybe by sharing, something like that. But like I normally ask, how can you even watch a pool game without being interactive with fellow viewers, especially when they are far away from home, from where you are, and yet interacting with them on the live does feel like you are in the same place watching the game. So if you're watching from TikTok, for you it's incumbent upon you to to keep interacting with the video, or else you will lose it when I start it, when I get you the gadgets and the data and the live streamer. As a streamer, I have personally done my job not so. So thank you for watching. Baptist Mugumia. It is $300 from the Break and Finish Live TikTok stream. Captain 256, Nicole Maretti, Michael Bogere, and Karim, the person that calls Hallelujah UG. And you guys want to, I didn't even know what it does mean when someone asks on TikTok that they want to join the live, but when the person who started the live admits them in, it's the thing of 2 or 3 people being live together, and they can all have a section on the video where they'll be the one viewed. It's not what this video is meant to be. The people that will be live are the players themselves, like this one, who could be on the verge of equalizing today. If he's to win, he will clearly have it probably more difficult than all matches he's been having, because he's been starting very fast. Normally by 30 minutes he's leading by about 3 to 4 frames, but today, even after winning the last frame, he's just equalized, and after 6 frames now, it is Jackson Asiku 3 and Moses Omara 3. Tony Kaganzi, thank you for reminding us. Ayanda Mgoma, watching from Harare. You say the boy is dangerous. Yes, he is. Stanley Senkobuge supporting Asiku. Temacliff also supports Asiku, maybe because of his age. And yes, Iboko Augustine is reminding me that today is Wednesday, not Tuesday. And you're very right. I was in Mbale, that side where that comp was. I left on Tuesday because the money match was Monday. But I was thinking that I had left on Monday. That's why I was thinking today is Tuesday. So today is Wednesday. Ologe Simon, thank you for watching. Asking who switched off the lights, a player called Julie. Crush Valeria, thank you for watching. And as well Simon Ologe and others who are watching from the Facebook stream. And so many of you watching the stream on YouTube, like Ignatius Cabs supporting Omara, George Ndungu in Kenya, Nairobi supporting Moses Omara, and Yongama Dungo, thank you for watching. You say Asiku is the next champion for the next 15 years. Okay, Paige Santo, you want me to tell you who between Asiku and Herbert is better? Why do I tell you? They always face off against each other, and I also like to keep it natural that whoever you think is the player you like, just enjoy them. For me, I'm happy. I support them. I stream their games. That is both of them. And Odufale Toyosi. This one is in Surulere. That is in Lagos, in Nigeria. I think you started following this page after the Big Hills International Clash. Thank you for watching, my guy, and please advise me who you are watching. Maybe I don't even have to ask, because Jackson Asiku is Nigerian managed. That's why you see him proudly donning the black and yellow and red, mostly red, with the Big Hills brand right in front of his shirt. But he may be losing a 4th frame out of 7, because Moses has a clearing to finish off what are now the 3 reds on the table, then the black. But the red that is at the bottom end of the table will have to be played last of the 3. He's leaving cue ball with a cut in between it and the red. As he plays red into the corner pocket top left, the cue ball has to bounce off the left cushion, then move all the way bottomwards in right direction, just like that. The next shot will be a little bit unnatural. He can play with backspin, draw the cue ball just around the same area it is now, which is what he's doing. That is off the cushion, which is what he's done, and has done pretty perfect. It will be, I think, the 2nd time he's winning a frame without dropping a shot, and he leads by 4 frames to 3. We are racing to 16 for $300. Someone please predict what you think will be happening here. Who do you think will be winning this one? Because this one is a little bit strange. Asiku has been having it his way of late. Not just of late, all the money matches that he's been having in the maybe recent 4 months or something, the only defeats he's had have been in tournaments, but in money matches, in long races, he's just been having a field day. And I could say that maybe this one is the best of opponents he has been facing. And maybe he's the right guy to rematch with Asiku with all the belief. He actually wanted to rematch the following day that they played early last week. I think they played on Monday or Tuesday last week. Omara wanted the rematch to happen the following day. And then he said he wasn't feeling well the following day. And it was the end of the week. Players were to have that comp that happened in the Elgon region. That is why the rematch can only happen today. Today, Asiku is training after 7 frames for the first time in quite a long while. A test of his character, a test of what he can do when down, a test of what it means to him when a player is having no nerves, when a player is having their A game, which is so far what Omara is having in the match. However, this one Asiku could win. The pattern is to put red to the corner pocket top right, have the Kyobe bounce off the top cushion a little, to have white for another red to the center pocket right. He drags the cue ball to avoid its excess movement. It's just perfect, just natural. That shot looked easy on the eye, believe you me, it was nothing of the sort. In its natural movement, the cue ball could have moved towards the bottom end, maybe moved into the black, maybe get himself snookered. He's just done so well. He will be putting the last red to the center pocket left, maybe black to the center pocket right, or he will be drawing the cue ball backwards or off the cushion. He goes off 3 cushions, round the black, and the rest is a formality. There, he wouldn't have played the shot any better. The decision to play the shot, despite the risk involved, but again, the proficiency and the accuracy, the bravery at that age. He's kidding me. Asiku 4, Omara 4, race to 16. Choco Morris from the YouTube stream thinks the match will be won by Asiku by 16 frames to 11. And Ignatius Carbs, you think Omara will win by 16 to 14. Youngerman Dunja, you think Asiku will win by 16 frames to 12. As well from the YouTube stream. I'm not seeing any predictions from the TikTok stream, apart from Walter Chris, who thinks Omara will win by 16 frames to 14. Hallelujah. You Jesus, where we are now, it is Adi's Sport, Chireka Trading Center near Shell Fuel Station in Kampala. And Baptist Mogomia thinks Asiku will win by 16 frames to 14, while Karicha thinks all players are good. Bright, you're asking how to join YouTube. Just go to YouTube and then type my name. That is Peter Kyobe Live. That is the name of the account. That is Peter. Then Kyobe is Kyobe and Live. That is where the match is as well. But in case you get any problem, even when you are watching, you're probably good to go. From the Facebook stream, Abongwe Junior Hotel thinks Asiku will win by 16-13. And Cliff thinks exactly the same. Augustine Ibokwe, you say the first half will be won by Omara, then the most important half will be won by Asiku. That's a very important prediction. Let me see if you will be right. Port Somolema, you say the young man is taking this once again. You think Asiku will win. While leg rate, Dekazimen thinks Omara will win by 16 frames to 13, and watching from Zimbabwe in Mulewa. I know a bit about Zimbabwe, but I don't know about Mulewa. As Moses goes for what could be a fifth in a match that is starting to be one of just clearances, but maybe besides this. And as Moses Omara misses a yellow, he leaves some space between that very yellow and the jaw of the corner pocket at the top right for Asiku either to pass his red or occupy the pocket, with him playing red off the jaw and off the yellow. It's what he's trying to play. He played with too much power, unnecessarily so, and misses the target. Advantage, Moses. Here he is with a very decent chance to try and win this frame and win it now and regain the lead, and maybe try and win another. Hope that after first 10 frames he will be having a lead, which is very critical for a player intending to win the match. Something in his game that is quite commendable is his pattern. He also has a very lovely stroke and really likes giving the game too much respect. He's always very smart when playing games. He's smart and neat, like you see. He passed via his barber. Smart from head up to the toes. Now having the last yellow to put to the center pocket right, and black obviously corner pocket top right, and should be a frame that is done and dusted by Moses. There we are. After that miss from Asiku, Moses pounces. It is 5 frames to 4, racing to 16. Just in case you're only now joining the stream, dear viewer, you are watching a rematch of action that happened last week when Moses Omara, the guy that is on the table right now, was defeated by Jackson Asiku, and Moses has decided to rematch that was supposed to have happened the very following day that the earlier match happened, but Moses felt unwell. That is why we are having this one today. It is a lot closer. This I have to tell you, dear viewers, that after 10 frames of play last week, I think Asiku was leading by 8 frames to 2. But now it is 5 frames apiece. And I do remember it is the only money match that I have ever streamed where I watched one player win 6 frames in a row, and all 6 were apples. That is red and green respectively. That is when Asiku led by 15 frames to 4. Moses Omara scored 6 straight apples and made it 15-10. Then he won another frame and made it 15-11. Then Asiku broke and finished. That is how he won the match. But today, Moses has started way better, and Asiku knows he may win, he may lose, but it will be a tougher challenge. One thing that Asiku has been doing right is keep himself close to Moses. One thing as well which I know he can't do, Asiku, sometimes he just goes crazy and starts winning 1 or 2 or 3 frames in a row, sometimes without even dropping a shot. He has done it too. He has done it actually more consistently, most especially in these long races, and before you know, he's out of sight. But the thing that Moses did well this time was to ensure that he starts very strong. That one I really do give him credit for. Here we are, and Moses maybe will be playing the red that is behind yellow at the base of the table on the right last. Playing it now is just too risky. He will have to squeeze it in between the jaw and the yellow. Maybe to have that red occupy the pocket, potting it will be a little too difficult. Potting it and moving the cue ball close to the black will be even more difficult. That's why he's contemplating whether to play that red now or play it a bit later. Those that are watching from the TikTok stream, please keep it active for your own good. If you don't, TikTok will stop it. That I have to guarantee you. And it can only be as easy as liking or commenting or sharing, anything like that. Will Moses play to pot? He just realizes that trying to pot is a little too risky. However, the yellows of Asiku are finishable. It is somewhat risky what Moses has just done. He just wants to give himself a chance. He thought that maybe if he had decided maybe to play to pot, to play to finish the frame, maybe he knew he would fail on the last ball and then gift the frame away anyway. That's why he's deciding to let Asiku come and visit the table, with Moses having an insurance ball, the red that is packed at the corner pocket at the top left. Now the determination that Asiku has to finish the frame is clear. And if he does, could be leading for what will be the second time in the frame, as he puts a ball that is blocking his opponent's a statement of intent that he wants to win the frame and win it now. I think it is winnable. You'll have to start with either of the 2 yellows near the center pocket on the left. Maybe the inside one first, the one that is closer to the corner pocket, then bounce white off the cushion for him to put even the second yellow to the same pocket. He has to be on target. He plays a different ball instead, and you really get why, because white now becomes natural for the yellow that is in between the 3 to put it with power to the corner pocket top right, bounce the cue ball off the left cushion. And with 2 yellows left on the table now, he can start with either. Either will do. And whichever shot he starts with, the skill is backspin. Maybe top spin, bounce white off the right cushion and move it leftwards. It has moved a little too much. He will have to pot yellow. The cue ball will be a bit tricky for the black unless he leaves white exactly where yellow is. He does apply exactly that with stop effect on the cue ball, with him having the black to put to the corner pocket at the top right, and he gets to lead for the second time in the match. Asiku 6, Moses 5, race to 16. Now we have a scoreboard at the top of the screen. The screen you are watching from, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And scores for Moses are on the left in red. He's the home player. This is Adi's Pool Club. This is where the club do play their home league matches. And this, I have to tell you, they are trailing. They are following. They want to sign Jackson Asiku. Of course, he cannot sign because he's a minor. Below the age of 18, things to involve with contractualization, that is signing contract, can happen under the guise of his mother, and also the person who showed him to us, as a player. That is his first manager called Pius, and then of course his nowadays manager, Big Kells. He's been wanted by scrap buyers as well, something that his management turned down. But maybe Addis will be the team that will be snatching him up as the start of the Ugandan Pro League gets even closer. The chance comes begging for Moses to win yet another frame, with now 3 reds to pot. The pattern may be a bit tricky. He may find himself having to start with one of the reds at the top end, or maybe not. Maybe put the red that is closer to white, bounce white off the right cushion, move it a little bit leftwards with backspin. It's a playable shot. He has all the skill in his pair of hands to produce that kind of shot, and relatively easy. That is, play the red, apply big backspin on the cue ball, bounce it off the right cushion, move it leftwards so that he puts the last red to the corner pocket at the top right. Maybe play the red that is near the corner pocket top right, then play white with left spin off the bottom cushion, which is what he's wanting to do. Maybe with white being played around another red, he plays it into the yellow. If red can pass into the corner, the center pocket right, he will be vindicated. And it does. And I can now call the frame as one as well, having been won by Moses. And what a match. So tight, so tense, so unpredictable, and so close to call. Moses 6 and Jackson 6 and the rest to 16. It's now race to 10. And after 12 frames played, it seems that Waswa Bena has received the notification from Moses Omara that he wants to have timeout. And so he gets it, perhaps to have some refreshment, perhaps to speak to his manager. I have to personally Yes, condone his playing level. He's much better than the Moses that lost against both Ashraf and Asiku. And dear viewers, we are having our first time out of the match, which shall be resuming in the next 3 minutes with the return of Moses. Otherwise, it is 6-6 between Moses and Asiku, racing to 16 for $300 here at Addis Sport in Kampala. Hey, what are you? Charging him.
Niba bayera bibuuseyo na.
We are back there, viewers. A match that went into timeout at 6 frames apiece. So Moses coming and winning a 7th with 1 visit of the table. Time for Asiku to pounce. If he doesn't win this frame, he will be trailing with 2 frames for the first time in the match, and maybe it will be the first significant move by Moses to try and win the rematch. There comes Jackson, who does get to break fair and square, especially having 2 reds spotted. And given the position of the reds, you fancy him going for the reds, but who knows, he could as well go for the yellows, especially because of the position of one of the reds, which is leftwards of the 2. He's indeed going for the yellows, playing 1 yellow into another by connection to go for the yellows, try and finish the frame and equalizing the match by break and finish. His only worry about the yellows could be the position of the black, maybe as well the yellow that is near the base of the table. Now he's leaving a cut between the yellow he's playing and the cushion, maybe to be played by backspin into the black. Tempting shot it could be, and he avoids black understandably. So what if he had played black into the yellow near the center pocket on the left, and maybe off the yellow, maybe into the pocket? But he's going for it now. He also leaves the yellow near the center pocket as the ball that should perhaps be played right before the black. And you can understand what he's trying to do, because a simple tempo to the last yellow near the center pocket on the left gives him natural white for the black, which he can play by a rail drive. However, if he doesn't put the black, and given the fact that the position of the reds of Omara, and given that they are 4, perhaps 5, you fancy that the frame will be won by Moses. It's now Asiku versus the black to play it by rail drive to win the frame and equalize in the match, or to fail on the black and maybe lose the frame. Black is sunk. It was always in. The way he played it right against the rail, it was always going in. It is 7 frames apiece with 2 apples right from timeout, as umpire Waswa Bena will be racking frame number 15. It is Asiku 7 and Moses 7. Folks watching from the TikTok stream, please keep it interactive by either liking through tapping the screen, or commenting, or sharing. If you stop interacting for some good minutes, TikTok will stop the video naturally, and then you will be forced either not to watch it anymore, or to watch from either Facebook or YouTube. 7 frames apiece. And Waswa James, thank you for watching from the YouTube stream, also reminding us to like the stream. Fresh Kevin, you're asking how much they are racing for. It is $300. Hennessy, you want to be guided about the results. You have a scoreboard in front of you. Scores for Omara are on the left in red. It is 7. Scores for Asiku are on the right in green. It is as well 7, racing to 15. And nobody has 8 frames, guys. It is 7-7. And these guys, when they decide to start going for each other, they can really do so without wanting to give each other a chance to visit the table whatsoever. After being snookered off the cushion comes Asiku, and it is a foul, as the cue ball did not reach either of his reds. And what Moses needs to do is one good free shot and maybe one good clearance, and then lead the match with one good frame. This is the free shot, playing maybe yellow into red at the top end of the table. There we are. Special thanks to Addis Sports Club. I always appreciate it when the venue management does decide to switch the music almost entirely off, just to ensure that the stream is not risky. Most especially considering that these places where this game is played are bars, and you know, sale of beer goes hand in hand with music. But also when they appreciate that streaming is also important, you just can't help but thank them. Second time that Asiku is being snookered by Moses almost entirely. Maybe not, maybe he can find one of the reds on the left, maybe find it by a slice, maybe off cushion. He was actually having it almost in full sight and only played it as much as he could see it. These two should be two of about 15 players that should be traveling from Uganda to go to the southern neighbors Tanzania to the Q Masters International Carnival that will be happening in Arusha. Seven frames a piece, racing 216 for $300. And once again, folks watching from the TikTok stream, please keep it interactive, because I was told about 5 minutes ago that inactivity has been detected, unless TikTok is also unfair, because I can see that people are joining and watching. As they keep watching to see who of these players will be leading in this match after this frame is done. Here is one of them. His name is becoming way bigger than his size. one of the most talented youngsters on the African continent, who is already in his 4th year as a competitive player. He's been around for 3 years, maybe 2.5 years, maybe he's in his 3rd year, ever since I saw him after he came with his then manager. We call him Pius. And there was a comp that was organized in Kampala, a double life competition for 2 days at a venue that is called Amigos. And I remember his manager asking me to stream his game. He says he wants the world to see how this boy can do. A very young one he was, at around the age of 12, if not 11. But I didn't believe my eyes. The boy was too mature, even then, for his age. It was a race to 5. But just in case there was 4-4, then we could have penalties. He was taking on a veteran of the game called Charles Segawa. And it was 4-4. Segawa won the match only in penalties. Asiku became very consistent in terms of participating. And his career is now starting to pay off, because he's now making himself very difficult to beat. And if he can win this match, most especially for the fact that it's a rematch against someone relatively more fancy, why not him to try out players even at a bigger level than Moses? But so far, the scores are level, and yet in the next few seconds, Asiku will be trailing with Moses sporting black to the center pocket left. It is Asiku 7 and Omara 8. Now we're about at halfway through the match. If we are to have it go all the way to a decider, then where is the match's halfway point? My assumption, especially now that it's about 43 minutes past 7 p.m, is that we shall be having this game go on up to about 9 p.m, if not a few minutes past 9. That is East African time. No action expected tomorrow, but who knows? You know, money matches don't have program, don't have formalities. You don't have to be formal. When someone feels that they were beaten unfairly, they will ask to rematch, and if the player that is asked does have agreement, then you just see a poster. There comes Moses. The two players have this one thing in common. It is very common in between them. They like to win with just their pattern, which I think is the most important thing in pool. Having a very good pattern. Kenning all over from the Facebook stream. You think the young boy is a genius. Bossa Edrin, appreciating the stream. Thank you very much. Paul Paxido. You see the boy in the red shirt is not having 8 now, or what happened? It's 8. I don't know why guys thought he had 8 when he had 7. You may brief me. Maybe there's something that we missed out. And good enough, there is video. We can always have it corrected, Frank. But Serai, you say Omara has upped his game tonight. Yeah, this is more of it from Omara. This is more of what Omara can do. Sometimes it's just not consistent enough. Mike Odas, you say it is a nice place to play pool. No, it's no supporters around the table. You are joking. The supporters can always come and go. And it's a bar. They come and guys as customers, and then they do their thing. as Moses will be doing his thing now of putting a red to the center pocket right, with white naturally moving towards the last red, which he'll want to put by playing it with the red to the corner pocket at the bottom left of the screen. Just like that, he chose to play it a little harder, a little hardly, with him nominating a backspin even when no more will do. He may want to put both red and black to the same corner pocket. He may get himself snookered. Unfortunately, I'm not so certain. White is touching yellow. He definitely has sight of the black. I'm not so certain it's sight enough to put it. The umpire will have to be observant when Moses strokes. If the yellow can't touch, the umpire does talk to Moses that white is touching the yellow. I don't think that is necessary. Yes, the umpire is our boss, because Moses is not playing the yellow. The umpire simply has to detect a foul if it does happen, and then make a ruling. Here comes Moses, wanting to free the Israelites from Egypt across the Red Sea to the Promised Land. The Promised Land is worth $300. Maybe he's going for the bank. I think he realizes he doesn't have full sight of the black to play it into the corner pocket at the base on the left. Maybe he has full sight and is playing on our minds. I don't know. Here he comes. Maybe he's going for the bank into the corner pocket at the bottom right. Maybe off cushion. Okay. He wanted to do something very bizarre. That is play black off cushion and off yellow. It would have been very, very, very special. And he tried his best. In fact, he was about 80% accurate also. But now, half a chance is for his opponent. The kid that is having the hardest money match of them, 7 he has been playing in the last few months. Now he's finding his equal, someone who is not trailing after 15 frames played, someone who is leading, and if he could win this frame, Moses could find himself leading by 2 frames for the first time in the match. Asiku will be having the problem of a yellow that is frozen against the cushion at the top. He does play white into another yellow that was close to the cushion, creating an even bigger opening for him to try and finish off the frame. He wants to play white into the frozen yellow. He does, but only just. He may play snooker. The umpire asks him to wait for him to observe. If yellow is frozen against the cushion, the umpire, yes, it is frozen against the cushion. This is the permutation should Asiku play. The cue ball must touch the cushion, and it happens. Had the cue ball not, then the shot would have been a foul. And Moses must find the black of the cushion. If he doesn't, he will almost certainly be losing the frame. Guys watching from the Facebook stream, I've seen some issue of the quality of the stream. I hope you can now watch the stream clearly. Please advise him in the comment section. If not, if there's still an issue, then we can get it rectified. He does have a very good way in which to find the angles after getting snookered. I like that part of his game, and he played with power. He almost did something again special. If he had putted black to the corner pocket at the base, the chance comes begging again for Asiku, with him putting a yellow, white ball natural for the one that is closest to the cushion. And Moses knows that now, instead of him leading by 2 frames, almost certainly his opponent will be equalizing in the encounter by putting yellow to the center pocket right, cue ball following the yellow just a little, as he has to roll the last yellow to the corner pocket top right as the cue ball bounces off the right cushion and moves a little bit leftwards with the easiest block. After 16 frames, the 16-year-old equalizes. It is Moses 8 and Asiku 8.
Like any balance game.
Musajja omukulu sente zonna zewafuna embaali 0772 033 699. Yabuuza bajja kwatiisa. Hello, this is Omara. Yakwadis. Buno bwatebunya naye kugamba okugemuzi bw'okulumba ate bwakirumba abakimanyi bwennemerera bantu sobola obwogamba kante lwakirangire nga yerwanya enkodana kubanga wadde ebadde ebuzaabuza nnyo era akuba pulitepu era mara akuba pulitepu mara gamulera wamala ne wabeerawo omu n'akola ki n'atoloka n'akuba golo nga nnya gemu nga nnya straight oba omaze abatize kumati yazanya zonna Just in case you may have been doubting the quality of this boy, that shot, that recovery, how slow, how effective it was. But now he must make it count by putting black. He has played the cue ball a little too casually. Maybe he may bank it off the left cushion into the corner pocket top right. There is space to pass that black in between the jaw and Omara's red. There is also a temptation, I'm not so certain it's right or wrong, to have a very sharp cut on the black. Try to put it to the center pocket on the left. He's contemplating between bank and sharp cut. And for the sharp cut, he has no control of the cue ball because he plays it with too much power. He's going for the bank. The bank is just slightly missed. Now the chance comes to Moses to take the frame. As for Asiku, he played so well, getting back into the game, and yet he finds himself giving the chance away. Here comes Moses, playing one red, playing white into another. And surely this frame is being won by him, and he's on the verge of taking a lead of 2 frames for the first time in the game. He's wearing a very serious face today. He's in deficit that he knows. With this being the 4th money match he's playing in the space of maybe 1 month or so. He got victory over Shaun Yeager. He got defeated by Ashraf Kaside. He got defeated by Jackson Asiku. Now he's rematching against the youngster. This one is not just about money. It's about who is who. He, for some good time, Moses has been known as that player who is not on the national team, who is the best of them, others that are not yet on the national team. And being defeated by Asiku for the first match really must have hurt. That's why this time he's so determined to take down the youngster. He will surely want maybe to put both reds to the same corner pocket. This shot will be... He's played it very well. It was so straight. He may have gotten a problem in having the cue ball bounce off the cushion because the angle was so narrow. But he has won the frame. I think Asiku has considered. With him now asking for timeout for the first time in the match, Moses takes a 2-frame lead and takes his cause into double figures again for the first time in the match. And after 18 frames now, it is Moses 10 and Asiku 8. Timeout, Asiku.
I think another one example of what we're going to do. Because they have to be aligned now they can control that excitement. The finance, we have to be when you find a place to live, and then what are going to invest the rights? But it is the work of the executive. But we're not Still, it doesn't matter. Whatever is okay. The music government music party the music buy like what it is yes you don't yes so go on but I didn't speak to be this soon. Why am I not yeah, exactly. I think I did mention about the jungle down, but you're going to the Hamaka, which is what is going on. Take it into again. Because you have to start with what is there. Ani kwa hizo nikakuli nacho
Now, we are now brothers.
Kyobe, we were in a good Astonia point of back to KMC. Yagama program. Yagama program. Fetu seke. Kadi asikonya sokola okulia. Abiri kabaka rest to 9. Kadi bolu magasimu tebi wa mipira okufa akiri. Akwepikira bwepi.
Mbadde ndya kuwa abantu bano kufuna amaanyi. Abantu bano mbalumbe buto. Omara bwagoba gemi. That was the commentators break, and welcome aboard once again with the stream combined on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, now having surpassed 1,000 people watching live. for the very first time, I normally like to thank you so much for being so loyal to the games, being so loyal to the players, being so loyal to myself as a streamer. You always motivate me to keep streaming and keep promoting and keep doing what I love, because you are the only reason why I do it. It will be a waste of time if I stream these games and nobody is watching. Now, with all of you watching Moses Omara taking a 2-frame lead, if it goes to 3, it is just me thinking he will probably be winning this match. He has kept his cool, he has kept his composure, he's been calm throughout, when leading, when drawing, and a few times when trailing. He has always maintained his game. And both the players do have a similar playing style. This I have to shout out, to point out. It's just that Asiku, I think, is a little bit faster in terms of his approach to the game. As we as well welcome the Break and Finish Live Facebook family who have been missing out on the audio. Sorry guys, imagine I'm doing 3 different streams. That means yes, 3 different separate streams. That is 3 different tripods, and then cameras, and then microphones, which have of course their own connections, and which connections sometimes become complicated. They heat up. When they heat up, they stop charging, they stop transmitting audio. So for the Facebookers, I was charging your audio gadget, but I think you can now receive audio. The audio that has a video that has Jackson Asiku wanting to come back, perhaps he will, taking the benefit of Moses, who did scratch a while ago. The big difference between the 2 players is the playing speed. When Jackson is to punish you, he does it with speed. When Moses is to punish you, he does it with calm. It is 12 frames to 11, racing to 16 for $300. And what a piece of entertainment we've eventually come out to have, eh? The match is being played, I have to admit, at a very good level. And for both of the players, the Asiku who is being given a bloody nose today is not Asiku who is playing worse than he has been playing of late. It is Moses who has upped his game today. But there are those few times that he gets to miss balls where he's not whatsoever expected to be missing. And he knows that normally those ones do not fail to go unpunished. Unpunished by the kid who is no shade of a doubt one of the best youngsters, one of the best teenagers on the African continent. And he will be making it to Arusha in Tanzania about 2 weeks and a few days from now to be part of the Q Masters International Carnival. And he likes to play the game. He is more than willing to have a few matches against players, those who are of his age, and most especially those who are in his class as well, eh? And the likes of Richard Mushobe, the Zimbabwean family man, maybe the likes of Craig Nkala, but I suspect he may take on players who are more senior than that at Q Masters in Arusha. He also has the benefit of being so well guided by his management team that is locally working with his first manager Asiku, he's called Pius, who is some kind of a father figure to him, but also Big Kills, who grooms and guides him, besides the big financial contribution that he is having. Asiku does have the yellow to pot. Manipulating white for black will be very tough. He may have to play yellow to the corner pocket bottom right, simply to be sure that black is potable as well. While he's missed the yellow narrowly, I wouldn't fault him for that kind of decision making, because if he was to go for the center pocket, he was almost certain that he was not going to find the black. Now the chance comes to Moses to regain a 2-frame cushion, most especially when it is the business end of the match. When in the next, maybe at the very maximum 30 minutes, we shall be having a winner, maybe a little bit more than 30 if it is to end by 16 frames to 15. I also expect that we shall not be having any more timeout. The shot Moses is playing now will be wary. Backspin, white behind another red, perfect. Should now, with the beauty of such a shot, consider him to have regained a 2-frame lead. He is successfully getting Asiku to exactly where he wants him, having the last red to pot, have the cue ball just around the area in the middle of the table. He may want to put black to the center pocket on the right. This is the shot. He has a skill to play it either with backspin or using the cushion to guide the movement of the white. He's going for backspin. Looks perfect. And the rest is a formality. Moses 13, needing 3 more. Asiku 11, needing to win 5 out of the remaining 7, or else lose his first money match in the last 7. Once again, racing to 16, Omara Moses 13 and Jackson Asiku 11. John Prince, thank you for watching from the YouTube stream. Great joy, my popo. And somehow people have for a big time been thinking that Asiku's scores were miscalculated by the umpire who didn't flip one of the frames. Maybe it is something you didn't see right. And the umpire and both players and so many people here are following the match. The Ugandan legend Alfred Gumeki is a black sheep. Yes, we'll want him to say hi to you. The gentleman on the verge of saying hi is one of the greatest Ugandans to ever touch a Q stick. Well done, black sheep, and and just say hi to the people. Just tell them whatever you want to tell them.
Good evening, viewers. Thank you, Peter Kyobe, Break and Finish Live. As Peter has stated, Alfred Guminkiriza, aka Black Sheep. First of all, I want to thank the viewers that are on live streaming. Big up. Secondly, I want to thank Peter Kyobe for always keeping the sport active and broadcasting live always. To the viewers, I am enjoying here. I've seen beautiful talents. Asiku Jr., he has been displaying so nice. Omara Moses, a good display here. Whoever is not here at Addis, you are just missing something. But I can see good finishing to both players. As always say, I wish the best player to win. And according to my experience and time that I've been in this sport, for sure, I am enjoying. And I thank all the viewers. Please big up. And thank you, Kyobe, for this opportunity to say hi to the viewers.
And thank you very much for being a great player for all these years, and you're still a great player up to now. And you are the people who are inspiring these boys.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
They are looking forward to you.
Thank you, Kyobe.
And for all the work, the titles you've entertained us with, winning in the league and in the national team. And Uganda has won only one African championship title in the men's category, and you are the one who potted black to win that frame
the
against
golden
South
medal
Africa
on the African
2016.
Of course, it's my pleasure. You know, when you're always recognized by different key sports, I feel so great, and that's why I normally come in the audience, you know, to take some views and watch players.
You are always supporting these guys, like you've come from home simply to just be here so that they see that Black Sheep is around. He's supporting us, he's encouraging us.
It's because that I wish every Q Sports player well. Some of us, we did a lot, but we are not well exposed, but these boys are well exposed. Big up their sponsors.
Let us go to Arusha. Last year you did well. You killed many guys there. You were 16 or last 8?
Of course. Arusha, I did well. I lost on the last 16, but I'm trying my best to come back on this championship. I know sponsors are there. Please come for Black Sheep. I must be there.
Guys, whoever is watching and you want to see the legend live
again,
input, just inbox the page, inbox me, and give him the sponsorship, and then you'll represent your brand well.
Big up to the viewers, big up to everyone. Pool is our sport. Some of us became pool and we can't leave this sport.
Yeah.
We love it to our heart, and we wish everyone, and we welcome the new talents on the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Captain. He's called Alfred Guminkiriza, the Black Sheep. He's a living legend of the Ugandan pool. Watching Omara, wanting to take a 3-frame lead for the first time in the match. Potting yellow, hopefully playing white to remove black behind black, to remove the red behind black, which he has done. And all he will need is to roll the last yellow into the corner pocket at the base of the table on the right. The black is there for the taking. He has taken a very deep breath. He knows what this frame is. Getting himself closer and closer and closer, and the rest is a formality. Omara 14, Asiku 11. Now this is the work that Asiku has to do. Win 5 frames out of the next 6, or else go home empty-handed for the first time in quite a while when he has been playing these many matches. Here comes the break, aiming for the second ball. He does make a ball and another, almost putted the block, and the table is open. And you think he may want to go for the reds. He's potted both red and yellow on the break. Finishing off the frame now is a little too tricky because of two reds that have a yellow in between themselves at the corner pocket near the top right of the table. He's nominating reds now, and he's played the red into yellow, getting to pot the yellow. That makes him close the table. Asiku playing yellows. He will want to play yellow off red. He should have aimed well enough to play the yellow into the red, slide off the red, put the yellow, displace the red, and perhaps his level of play at the end of the day is not as lethal as it has always been. And sometimes Moses has been lucky, like there, putting in a pocket where he didn't intend to, and nonetheless remaining on the table. He will want to put the two reds at the bottom end first, maybe. But maybe his queuing may suggest otherwise. The red that is near the yellow, close to white, will be a problem ball. Moses may want either to cut red, play white into the red that is close to the yellow. That's what he's trying to do. Just a little inaccurate. Asiku has options. The yellow that is near the corner pocket at the top has to be played now. Maybe white into another yellow. White is played into another yellow, but didn't play it open. And finishing the frame now will be a little too difficult. He will go for safety, and safety he plays, limiting his opponent to just partial sight of one of the reds, the one that is close to the base on the right. He may play it direct, maybe into the top corner of the table on the right, where Asiku has a yellow and red. Maybe use the cue ball to be played thus far. Maybe play defense. He could scratch here. He does play effective defense at the end of the day. And umpire Wasobena agrees that Asiku is knockout entirely. He does find a yellow. The cue ball returns maybe exactly where Moses needs it. Look at the red at the top left corner of the table. If he plays it and puts it with a right spin on the cue ball, he bounces out of the top cushion, plays it into the yellow, touching red, and he does exactly that and creates yet another opening to win yet another frame, this time around an even more important frame. And surely he will, with whatever he's touching turning into gold. It just looks like his day. In the office, he's there to redeem the $300 that he lost to the same player last time out that they had a match. It's him to put two reds to respective pockets, center right and corner top right, black to the center pocket on the left, and the 15th frame to be won by Moses Omara. As he puts the last red on the table, all he needs is to move the cue ball a bit close to the black with the top spin to bounce the cue ball off the top cushion. The backspin will do even better. He can put black direct. He can even be arrogant to put it off the yellow a bit. It's the same end result. He goes direct and puts anyway, and increases his lead, which is now extended to 4, with Moses needing to win one more frame, just one, to take victory home. It is Omara now 15 and Asiku 11. Sean Edwin, thank you for watching and appreciating the stream, supporting Omara from Kamocha, Kampala. To Sime Matthias, thank you so much. Dr. Ando Makando, you said that Asiku is catfishing for a bigger pot. No. It's just Omara playing better, especially at the business end of the match. Bliss Q3, you say it will end 16-11 the final score, so you think Omara is winning one more frame to take the victory home. And here he will be breaking. If he makes a ball, he will be hoping that this will be the last time in the match that a frame will be played. He will want to win, perhaps by break, and finish. How good will the break be? Looks dry. Yes, it is dry. And now that scratch after the self-snooker from Asiku can very easily have been the last time that he's playing any shot in the course of the match. The chance Moses Omara does have is a chance for redemption, chance for glory, chance for reclamation of the $300 that he lost to Asiku, but also a chance to restore his pride. He has the frame, the table, the chance, and $300 US, almost all to himself, having to do work a lot easier than he has already been doing in this match, but even with a bigger consequence. Him finishing off the frame, finishing off Asiku, making himself the first player out of 7 to win a money match against his opponent. It is now 4 reds to go, and then the black, and then the money. He's ever so serious. The chance comes ever so bigger, and Moses ever so likely to be taking this one home and taking it now. And he can start with either of 3 reds on the table. It is him now starting with the one to the top end. He will have to perhaps bounce the white off the left cushion and back into space, with the red to the center pocket to be played next, having to spin the cue ball slightly backwards but closer to the red. A natural will do. With him now playing the penultimate shot of the match, drawing cue ball bigly backwards close to the black. That will do. Straight line between white and black, and the corner pocket at the top left of the table for Moses to sink it and make himself $300 US richer. He aims and puts the black and wins the match. That is him being congratulated by his opponent Jackson Asiku, who has most especially towards the end of the match been a second best player, with Moses Omara starting off stronger and maintaining the strength. In fact, it is only once in the match that Moses was trailing to Asiku. He wins a very well-deserved victory. Redemption for Moses as he pays revenge back to Asiku for defeat inflicted last week. Final score, Moses Omara 16 and Jackson Asiku 11. Thank you for watching, dear viewers. May the Almighty God bless you. See you in the next one.
A minute, eh? No.